Hello to you, my very best friend. Welcome to another video. In this one in particular, we are talking about what I believe is going to be a bit of a hype beast. That is the newest release from Armaf, Club de Nuit, Precieux. This is a clone of Creed's relatively recent Aventus flanker, Aventus Absolute. Now, I don't know if I've talked about it much on this channel, but I am a clone hater. I have a whole host of reasons for this, which I will probably make into its own video, but in general, I think that they overpromise, are overhyped, and almost always underdeliver. But honestly, I've kind of been having the itch lately. I've been wanting something that is cheap, that performs pretty well, that I can just douse myself in the hot summer heat, an easy, dumb reach that I don't really have to care about. And so I saw this come up in a couple of videos by a few content creators whose opinions I trust, and they all spoke very highly of this, and so I figured, now is the time. Will my opinion be changed? I guess we'll find out. But first, let's go over the presentation very quickly. As is pretty typical with these clone houses, you aren't just getting a nice case for your nice bottle, you're getting a whole bunch of crap that really is just made to go in the garbage. A bunch of stuff that really begs the question, why is this here? So first is this box, which as you can see, I've already opened it. It comes with one of those pull tab things that's kind of like, it makes it feel like you're opening an Amazon package. It's super bizarre. I hope that doesn't become the norm, and it kind of just shows how disposable this is meant to be. So once you open up that first box, you have the second box, which is covered in, I guess, like a rubberized slip mat. It's got Club de Nuit on the front and the Armaf logo on the back. And it's connected by 3 little tabs here, and so you have to remove that to get to the second box. And again, this is just kind of junk. I'm not really sure of the purpose of this, it's just kind of cheap garbage. Anyways, now we get to the real box, which you can open up from the side, which gives you even more disposable crap in this cover, which has, I don't know, like an AI generated description of the scent written all over it in very hard to read font. And then once you've thrown that in the garbage, finally, you have the bottle nestled nicely inside the box. And as with all the other Armaf fragrances I have tried before, this one comes with a cleaning cloth for the bottle, which is nice because this is a fingerprint magnet. So the bottle design I actually quite like. I think it is sleek, it is very simple. I really like the detailing along the sides here. In typical Club de Nuit fashion, they have this stupid dangly thing. At least with this one, it seems like you could pretty easily cut that off if you so desired. And while I do think that the design is nice, I also think that the execution is poor. It's pretty cheap. I have a few problems with this. First off, this stupid dangly thing has left a big swipe mark across the front of the bottle. It's just like a big scratch right across the clear coat on top. And that has been there since, I think, before I even opened the box. I'm pretty sure I pulled it out and it had that on it. Secondly, the way that this is finished, and this time I really don't know if the camera is going to pick this up, but the black paint on this is very orange peely. It's kind of like they sprayed too much on in a room that was too hot, and so the finish on it has an orange peel look to it. And while that's not a huge deal, I suppose, on the back, the orange peeling has sort of created like little bits of holes in it, sort of like rock chips that you might get on the paint of your car. Ultimately, this might not be such a big deal to people who aren't me, but with a design that looks as good as I think that this does, it's kind of a shame to have the build quality be as low as it is. So, putting all of that aside, how does it smell? Well, I will tell you, it smells really, really bad. Man, this is just... I would say probably about 60% of this is your familiar Club de Nuit Intense Man kind of Aventus adjacent lemon cleaning products sort of opening. That part is as pleasant as ever. It's really not any different from any of the other Club de Nuits as far as I'm concerned. But the difference, and what I think makes this so nauseating to wear, is the addition of what I'm guessing are like woods and spices and leather. And now I actually have not smelled Aventus Absolute. I have no way of doing so without ordering myself a sample, and frankly there are so many other things that I would rather spend my money on than Aventus Absolute. But I have to imagine that the original doesn't smell as much like burning plastic and ketchup as this does. There's something in here that is just so off balance, that smells so cheap, so synthetic. And really, maybe I'm blowing it just a little bit out of proportion, but that woody, spicy, whatever smell it may be is not terrible, but it does not mesh with the Aventus identity. It does not mesh with the lemon bergamot thing that Aventus tries to do and that Club de Nuit fragrances kind of get about 80 to 90% right. It's like if the original Aventus was a nice combination of different blues, light and dark, some more purplish, some more greenish. That's what the original Aventus and to a lesser extent the other Club de Nuit flankers are like. This is like if you were trying to combine green and red. There's no cohesion at all, and that juxtaposition is just jarring. And over the course of the wear, it kind of just gets worse and worse. Honestly, I have worn this I think 5 times now, and each of those 5 times I have wound up scrubbing it off. Again, having not smelled Absolute Aventus, I can't say for sure how close the two are. This does actually surprisingly remind me of Mancera's Cedrat Boisé. Cedrat Boisé, of course, has that very strong lemon element to it, and that is mixed with a lot of leather and smoky woods. And this smells very similar, only minus any sort of quality, which is important because that quality is what gives Cedrat Boisé that very well-rounded smoothness. It is what gives it its powerful low-end oomph. And I want to make it clear that I was not going into this expecting super high quality. I actually don't remember what Aventus Absolute is selling for these days. I know it's absurd. I'm pretty sure it's like upper $400 American. Cedrat Boisé you can get for around 60 to 70, I believe. And this is, I believe this cost me like 53 bucks American. So when I speak about quality for this, I am grading on a curve. I am not expecting this $50 fragrance to smell as good as the $450 version. No, that's silly. But even for the price tag of 53 whatever dollars, this smells like it's worth half of that. Even at the price that I paid for this, I am still disappointed in the quality. One thing that I will say that it has going for it, let's be positive for a change, is that the performance is pretty good. It lasts for a very long time. It's not necessarily the deepest wearing experience. It stays very linear throughout the entirety of its life. I'd say it's pretty easily like an 8 to 10 hour fragrance with a pretty good projection throughout, but yeah, you really have to like this stuff, and I really don't. And I think what's most disappointing for me about Precieux is that I did truly want to like it. As I said at the beginning, I have a negative opinion of clones, but this one sounded really appealing to me. I was actually genuinely excited for it because of the hype it's getting. It is pretty often sold out at all of the available retailers, and so I put myself on the mailing list, and the second that I got the email saying that it was back in stock, I insta-bought it, no questions asked, and I eagerly awaited its arrival, and I excitedly sprayed it onto my arms. As much as I openly hate clone fragrances, this is not me playing into my own bias of buying something that I believe is going to prove me right. No, I spent money on this, I really wanted to like it, and I was let down at pretty much every step of the way. This is not my way of saying, see, I was right, all clones suck. No, this is my way of saying that this fragrance in particular is pretty bad. More than anything, I do think that there will be people who genuinely like this, and I will not say that they are wrong for doing so, because everybody's tastes are different, including mine. But all I am going to say to you is to be cautious. It's very easy to get caught up in the hype, as I very clearly was. With this one, really just ask yourself whether you think you truly need it or not. I really do think that of the Armaf Aventus clones, including this one, including all of the others, this is probably my least favorite one so far. If you have other ones, I don't think that this is really worth wasting your time and money on. Again, I could be wrong. You could try this and love it and think that I'm a moron, and you would be right, because again, everyone's tastes are different. But yeah, for me in particular, really regret the purchase. I'm gonna try and sell it on Facebook Marketplace and hopefully get most of my money back. So there you have it, Armaf's Club de Nuit, Precieux une Hype Beast, more like Tripe Feast. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I passed 100 subs, which is crazy. I don't post on this channel enough for that much generosity, so really I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And as always, I will see you later. Goodbye.